allocate the funds accordingly. Time for international news. The Korean embassy in Russia has urged Russian authorities to allow a consular visit for Baek, a South Korean missionary detained on espionage charges following the Russian presidential election. Emphasizing Baek's safety as the top priority, the embassy conveyed concerns to Yonhap News on the 18th local time. They're actively coordinating with Russia for the visit, seeking swift action after the conclusion of the Russian presidential election. Time now for the weather. It is currently 14 degrees Celsius and clear. It will average around 13 degrees this evening. A dry weather advisory is in effect in the Busan area. That's all we have time for this hour's news. Thanks for listening. You're listening to BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with David Kim. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sometimes we're asked about things that seem impossible, like if you could relive your happiest moment, when would it be? I mean, obviously, we can't turn back time, but it's nice to reminisce about those joyful days. And remember the simple joys of childhood? Even a small piece of candy would bring a smile, and a new toy will mean the world. And swinging on the playground made us feel like we own the world. And for kids, the playground is like another universe. They make friends, learn new games, and understand how to socialize. And guess what? I heard they built a new playground in Jangsan Haeundaegu. Hopefully, in this natural playground, children will discover even more wonderful worlds. Let's kick off the show with 봄날 by BTS.
이렇게 말하니까도 보고 싶다. 너의 사진을 보고 있어도 보고 싶다. 너무 약속한 시간 나는 우리 끝냈다. 이제 얼굴 한번 보는 것조차 힘들어진 우리가
저기 온통 겨울뿐이야 8월에도 겨울이 와 마음은 시간에 달려가네 홀로 남은 설국 열차 네 손잡고 지구 반대편까지야 겨울을 끝내봐 그리움들이 얼마나 눈치를 내려야 그 봄날이 올까
거울을 떠드는 작은 먼지처럼 작은 먼지처럼 난 믿는 눈이 나라면 조금 더 빨리 내겐 닿을 수 있을 텐데 난 꽃이 떨어져요 또 조금씩 멀어져요 보고 싶다 얼마나 기다려
시간조차 미워 우리가 변한 거지 뭐 모두가 그런 거지 뭐 그래 네가 넌 떠났지만 단 하루도 널 잊은 적이 없었지 나 솔직히 보고 싶은데 이만 너를 지울게 그게 널 원망하기보단 덜 아프네
이날 풀어내본다 연기처럼 하얀 연기처럼 말로는 지운다 해도 사실 난 아직 날 보내지 못하는데 난 꽃이 떨어져요 또 조금씩 멀어져요 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 얼마나 기다려라 또 몇 밤을 더 세워라 널 보게 될까 널 보게 될까 만나게 될까 만나게 될까 너 위로 You're my best friend 아침은 다시 올 거야 어떤 어둠도 어떤 계절도 영원할 순 없을 언제나 봐요 이 겨울도 끝이 나요 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 조금만 기다리면 며칠 밤만 더 세우면 만나러 갈게 만나러 갈게 데리러 갈게 데리러 갈게 추운 겨울 끝을 지나 다시 봄날이 올 때까지 꽃 피울 때까지 그곳에 좀 더 머물러줘 머물러줘
봄날 by BTS kicking us off into the first hour of For Your Busan. Good afternoon, everybody. This is David Kim. Now, do you remember your favorite playground when you were little? You know, there's so many kinds of playground these days, from those packed with like play equipment to others with maybe water features or the classic ones made out of wood. But regardless of the playground's setup, it's a space for kids to have explosions of fun. So, how long did you guys spend time playing at the playground? I remember one time playing on this 3D structure. It was like an octagonal structure where I could climb to the top, and that was pretty cool. Until I had a few friends who wanted to play, I think it was Don't Touch the Lava, or like the floor is lava or something like that. Have you guys ever played that when you were kids? That was a fun game to play at the playground. You could literally have hours of fun doing a bunch of different games as well. And, you know, back Latin Maria, you know, that moment, you know, back then we didn't have phones. So if you didn't go home and it's past the time your parents told you to come back home, they would get worried sick and basically come out to drag you home. And while playgrounds within apartment complexes or in the residential areas, they can be fun, but there's something special about the ones outside of these residential zones. Recently, a fantastic one has been built in Changsan, Haeundae-gu. And this new playground, it offers these green foresty experiences and barefoot-friendly walking trails. And kids can explore playhouses like old huts, tree houses even. And there's even a cabin for picnics and a super fun 43-meter roller slide. Now, with the pandemic, outdoor play took a hit for a while, but now children can take full advantage and the playground's wonders once more. And so today's text topic is about that. 여러분이 어릴 적 놀이터에서 가장 많이 하던 놀이는 무엇인가요? What was your favorite game to play at the playground when you were young? Was it like freeze tag, maybe the floor is lava. What is it? Let us know. You can send us your messages to pound 9050. 샵 9050 will cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message by searching for and adding us as a friend. 카카오톡에서 부산 영어 방송 검색하시고 친구 추가하시고 저희랑 소통도 가능합니다. Or you can join us live on YouTube because we are streaming live right now. Now, in the first half of the show, we have Busan Is. Short for Busan Is Amazing. We have Hong Dang coming in, our 6 p.m. news anchor, and she's going to give us all the news updates that's happening in Busan. And we also have DJ, which is short for David's Journal. And you get to find out what I stumbled upon today, go over an interesting topic, and also Relationship Matters, a segment that will be carried out by American Casey, who's going to give us relationship advice. He's someone who got married and is raising children in Busan. And in the second half, we have On the Mic, we have the quiz segment, as well as My Hometown Olympics with Steve coming in to tell us all about the sports scene in Busan. 네, 오늘도 문자, 카톡, 그리고 너튜브 라이브 댓글로 참여해주신 분들께 선물이 기다립니다. You can win prizes here at For Your Busan if you participate. So send in a message, maybe song requests too if you have any, and participate in the participatory segments as well. Well, let's get started for Tuesday's For Your Busan, and we'll be right back with a Busan Is segment.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
We have Busan Is our very first segment of For Your Busan, and for that we have our news anchor Hong Dang in the studio. Long time no see.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, 어떻게 지내셨습니까?
네, 잘 지냈습니다. 우리 데이빗은 어떻습니까?
I'm doing fantastic. Actually, today, it was a beautiful day outside.
네.
But just half an hour before the show, I started to have these allergic reactions to something.
그러니까요.
I don't know what it is. It just started kicking in, and I was sneezing like 10 times just before the show started, and my nose is congested as
네.
well. But it's a sign that spring is really here.
네, 맞아요. 그런데 아까 그 사무실에서 제 옆을 지나가시는데 갑자기 재채기를 하셔서
Yeah.
역시 꽃임을 제가 증명하며
No, you know what allergy is? Allergy is a reaction from my body rejecting things. I don't want it. I don't want it. So, no, I'm
꽃이
kidding.
아니었군요. 네.
I'm kidding. I'm
좋아했더니.
kidding. Yeah. Yeah. So, what news have you brought for us today?
네, 오늘 또 아름다운 훈훈한 소식으로 먼저 시작할까 합니다.
All right.
부산에서 70대 어르신이 2년 전 지원받은 의료비를 그대로 지자체에 기부했습니다. 지난주 동구청 복지정책과에 70대 어르신이 찾아오셔서 이 현금 70만 원이 들어있는 하얀 봉투를 건네셨대요. 이 어르신은 직원에게 2022년 갑작스러운 질병으로 수술을 받아야 했는데 돈이 없어서 구청을 찾았다며 당시 구청에서 긴급 생계비를 지원받아 수술비를 마련했고 이후에 꼭 보답하고 싶었다면서 비록 적은 금액이지만 어려운 이웃을 위해 써달라고 하셨다고요. 지자체는 질병 등의 이유로 생계 유지가 어려운 저소득층에게 의료와 주거비 등을 일시적으로 지원하는 긴급복지 지원 사업을 운영하고 있습니다. 홀로 동구 초량동에 거주하는 이 어르신은 건강이 좋지 않으신 데다가 형편이 넉넉지 않은 것으로 알려졌습니다. 관계자는 어르신은 당시 지원받은 의료비 70만 원을 그대로 돌려준 셈이라며 직원들이 얼른 따라가
이 봉투를 돌려드리려고 했지만 한사코 거절했고 그때가 떠오른 듯 눈물을 보이기도 했다고 전했습니다. 이 동구는 어르신이 낸 기부금을 지역의 어려운 이웃을 위해 돕는 데 쓸 예정입니다.
Yeah, such a wonderful story indeed.
네.
So this news is about an elderly resident of Busan in their 70s, previously supported by local government welfare for emergency medical expenses. This person donated 700,000 won back to Donggu of Busan, and this act of gratitude was meant to aid those in similar hardships, despite the donor's own ongoing health and financial challenges. The local government, touched by the gesture, intends to use the funds to assist other disadvantaged individuals.
네. 두 번째 소식 전해드릴게요. 정부의 의과대학 정원 2,000명 증원에 반대하는 전공의들의 집단 이탈이 계속되면서 병원의 환자들과 또 남아있는 의료진들의 피로도가 상당한 상태입니다. 그런데 여기에 대학병원 교수들도 동참하면서 어제 동아대 의대 교수협의회는 전공의와 학생의 신상에 문제가 생길 경우 사직하기로 결의했다고 밝힌 데 이어서 오늘은 부산대병원 교수진도 병원을 떠난 전공의에 대한 정부의 행정처분에 반발해 사직을 결의했습니다. 부산대 의과대학과 부산대 양산부산대병원 교수회는 오늘 성명을 내고 오는 25일부터 자발적으로 사직서를 제출한다고 밝혔습니다. 교수협의회는 어제 의대 교수 555명에게 사직 여부를 묻는 설문조사를 했고 조사에 참여한 356명의 79.5%가 자발적 사직 의사를 밝혔습니다.
It's an ongoing controversial issue here. The professors at Busan National University Hospital have resolved to resign voluntarily in protest against the government's administrative measures to remove their medical specialties. The Busan National University College of Medicine Faculty Association, along with other associations, announced in a statement today that they will voluntarily submit resignation letters starting from the 25th. And the Faculty Association conducted a survey asking 555 medical school professors about their intention to resign the previous day. And of the 356 respondents, 79.5% expressed their intention to resign voluntarily.
네, 4월 말부터 운영될 예정인 김해공항 확충터미널을 지역 거점 항공사인 에어부산이 단독으로 사용하기로 결정됐습니다. 김해공항을 거점으로 하는 에어부산은 지난해 김해공항 국제선에서 약 220만 명을 수용하면서 35%의 점유율을 기록했는데요. 수용 인원이 200만 명 규모인 확충터미널이 완공되면 기존 김해공항 국제선 청사 수용 인원이 630만 명이었는데 830만 명으로 늘어나게 됩니다. 김해공항은 코로나 이전인 2019년 연간 950만 명이 국제선을 이용하며 기존 수용 인원보다 이미 320만 명이나 많이 있어서 여객터미널은 이미 포화 상태였습니다.
Air Busan will exclusively use the new expansion terminal at Gimhae Airport set to open by the end of April, aiming to reduce congestion. The terminal will increase the airport's capacity by 2 million passengers annually, and Air Busan, holding a 35% market share with 2.2 million international passengers last year, will benefit from the increased capacity. The expansion raises Gimhae Airport's international passenger capacity from 6.3 million to 8.3 million, addressing previous overcapacity issues.
네, 부산 남구는 유엔 기념공원과 경성대, 부경대 등 대학로 일대에 평화와 청년 문화의 길 스마트 보행로 조성 사업을 완료했습니다. 사업 구간은 도시철도 2호선 경성대 부경대역에서 용당동 동명불원까지 이어지는 6km 도로인데요. 남구는 15분 생활권 스마트 그린 도시 구현을 위한 부산시 도심 갈매길 300리 조성 공모 사업에 선정돼 18억 원을 들여서 조성한 길이고 또 경성대 부경대 일대 가로수에는 경관 조명이 설치됐고요. 문화골목 일대는 공공 와이파이가 구축됐습니다.
Yes, Namgu in Busan has finished the Peace and Youth Culture Smart Pedestrian Path project, encompassing a 6-kilometer route from Gyeongsang University to Bugyong National University Station to Dongmyeong-Buran in Yongdang-dong. And the project, part of Busan City's 300 Lee Urban Trail for 50-minute Living Zone Smart Green City Initiative received 1.8 billion won in investment. And enhancements include landscape lighting along with university routes and public Wi-Fi and cultural alley areas, improving connectivity and ambience around the UN Memorial Park and local universities.
네, 올해 11월 부산에서 열리는 제1회 부산국제아동도서전 성공개최를 위한 추진위원회 출범식이 내일 백스코에서 열립니다. 어린이의 무한한 상상력으로 현실에 이 신나는 공간을 만들어보자는 의미로 마련되는데요. 올해 제1회 2024 부산국제아동도서전 11월 29일부터 3일 동안 백스코에서 열리는데 가을, 겨울에 열리지만 봄부터 이 준비를 하게 됩니다. 성공적으로 이루어지기를 기대해 봅니다.
Yes, sounds like an awesome thing to do. Busan City, in collaboration with the Korean Publishers Association, will launch a steering committee on the 20th tomorrow for the first Busan International Children's Book Fair to be held in November at Bexco for 3 days. And the committee, consisting of 60 members, including leaders from the publishing and library sectors, aims to foster an imaginative space for children through the event.
네, 부산시 여성문화회관에서 2024년 제2기 문화교실 수강생을 오는 3월 25일부터 모집합니다. 이번 교육과정은 전통 분야를 비롯한 다양한 문화예술 강좌, 취업, 창업 등에 도움되는 자격증 강좌, 또 직장인을 위한 야간, 주말 강좌가 운영될 예정인데요. 18세 이상 부산 시민이면 누구나 시 통합 예약 시스템 누리집을 통해 수강 신청 가능합니다. 온라인 접수가 서툰 디지털 취약계층은 회관 내 온라인 접수 지원 창구를 통해서 신청할 수 있습니다.
Yes, the Busan Women's Cultural Center is opening enrollment for its 2024 second term cultural classes from March the 25th, offering a variety of courses in culture and arts, professional certification, and schedules accommodating working individuals. And these classes are open to all Busan residents aged 18 and over, with registration available through the 누리집 system.
네, 부산의 대표 벚꽃 명소인 삼락 생태공원 벚꽃 축제가 이름을 바꿨습니다. 이제 낙동강 정원 벚꽃 축제 이렇게 부르시면 될 것 같은데요. 사상구는 3월 29일부터 31일까지 낙동 제방 벚꽃길에서 2024년 낙동강 정원 벚꽃 축제를 연다고 밝혔습니다. 올해 축제는 기존 삼락 벚꽃 축제에서 이름을 바꿔서 새롭게 봄, 신나게 봄이라는 슬로건으로 펼쳐지고요. 개회식은 29일 금요일 오후 5시 낙동 제방 벚꽃길 조형물에서 열리고 벚꽃 음악회도 열릴 예정입니다. 축제가 본격적으로 열리는 30일과 31일 낙동강 제방 벚꽃길에서는 이색 포토존과 다양한 야외 공연도 펼쳐질 예정입니다.
Yes, the renowned Cherry Blossom Festival in Busan, previously held at Samnak Ecological Park, is being rebranded as the Nakdong River Garden Cherry Blossom Festival, set for March the 29th to 31st along the Nakdong River Cherry Blossom Path. And it's embracing the theme New Spring, Joyful Spring. The festival features an opening ceremony, a cherry blossom concert, outdoor performances, and photo zones. And attendees can enjoy activities like cherry blossom face painting, nail art, balloon art, and making cherry blossom wish ribbons.
네. 자, 순 우리말 중에 순 한국말에 꾀라는 말이 있거든요.
꽤 means quite a lot.
네, 꽤. 되게 많이 꽤 말고 이제 하나만 더.
Oh, that's not the right 꽤?
네.
There's a different 꽤?
계책이나 묘한 생각 이런 일을 잘 꾸며내는 이런 머리 이런 거를 꾀라고 하는데요. 주로 그런데 꾀가 영특하고 좋다라는 의미도 쓰이지만 꾀병 이런 식으로 꾀를 부리네 이렇게 조금 안 좋은 쪽으로도 많이 쓰여요. 근데 요즘 유치원과 학교 새 학기가 시작된 지 3주째 이제 접어들면서 학급 임원 뽑고 또 학부모 참관 수업도 하고 분주한 모습인데 우리 직장인들에게도 월요병이라고 아예 있듯이 우리 아이들에게도 새 학기 증후군이 있다고 합니다.
Oh, no.
네, 신나는 방학을 보낸 아이들이 새 학기를 맞아서 학교에 갈 지나면 이제 일교차도 크고 아무래도 감기도 자주 걸리게 되고 또 아이들도 많고 하니까. 그런데 머리나 배에 실제 통증을 느끼거나 이상한 버릇이 생기기도 하고요. 또 두려움과 중압감 때문에 스트레스로 작용해서 아이들이 정말 꾀병이 아니라 실제 면역 체계까지 영향을 줄 수 있다고 하니까 아침에 일어나서 신나게 학교 가고 유치원 가고 어린이집 가면 그저 감사한 일이고 혹시 평소와는 조금 다른 행동을 보이거나 어린아이의 경우에 어린이집이나 유치원을 너무나 가기 싫어할 그런 느낌을 좀 받는다면 남들 나가는데 너는 왜 이러냐라고 너무 질책과 부담을 주기보다 응원하고 믿어주고 조금 더 많이 더 안아주는 그런 봄 되셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Aw,
네.
such sweet words. Yeah, speaking from a perspective of a parent yourself, right?
네.
All right, thank you so much for bringing us great news updates, what's happening and what's soon to come, and all the events that are soon to take place in Busan. And yeah, we might be facing some sort of a blues-like symptoms, you know, like we
네.
feel depressed all the time. Maybe because of the change of the season, things are, you know, the temperatures are warming up, and
그래요.
it's playing something to our
놀이터에서
bodies.
놀아야 되는 거죠. 그래서 아이들이.
Yeah, we should all just stop what we're doing and go play
네.
at the playground in Jangsan right
네,
now, the new one that opened up.
네.
Speaking of which, do you what were some games you played at playgrounds when you were young?
저는 생각해 보니까 혹시 아세요? 두꺼봐
어디 있니?
헌집
No?
줄게 새집 다오. 두꺼비한테는 좀 미안한 일이었는데 늘
Oh, no.
헌집 줄 테니까 새집 달라고 막 얘기했어요.
So
모래
두꺼비-
놀이터가 많았거든요.
Uh-huh.
지금은 모래가 아니고
Oh, right, sand
네네,
playgrounds.
네. 모래 놀이터가 많아서 모래가 이렇게 손 넣고 모래 위에 모래에서 손을 이렇게 탁 빼면 집이 만들어지거든요.
Yeah.
네, 그렇게 두꺼비 집 만들면서 많이 놀았던 것 같아요.
Okay, for the secret to having that work, you need water. 물을 살짝 뿌리면 좀 단단해지잖아요. I know. All right, so that's a 두꺼비 집 놀이.
네,
Oh,
두꺼비.
cool. All right, thank you so much for coming in today. We'll see you tomorrow.
네, 감사합니다. 내일 뵙겠습니다.
Yes, that was Hong Dang with us for Busan Is, giving us news updates of what's happening in Busan City. Just like that, today's text topic is about playgrounds. When you were young, or maybe to this day, you might go to playgrounds and hang out, maybe with your kids too, right? Or maybe you have nephews, you go out to play at the playground. So what are some games that you enjoyed when you were little at these playgrounds? Let us know. Text us to pound 9050 샵 9050 a KakaoTalk message. If you do decide to send it via text, it will cost you 100 won. You can download our BFM app and chat with us for free there as well. We got some messages, but I'll read them out in just a bit. Because Hong Dang, I think she wants to go out. So I'm going to have to let her out. We'll take a quick song break and we'll be right back. This is Fallen from the Sky by Glenn Hansard.
You must have fallen from the sky. You must have shattered on the wrong way. You brought so many to life, and now you're by yourself. And there comes a point in every fight where giving up seems like the only way. When everyone has said goodbye, and now you're on your own. If you need somewhere to fall apart, somewhere to
is time for DJ David's Journal. Dear Diary, this week is shaping up to be quite busy. I've been procrastinating on organizing my closet. Even though the seasons have transitioned from winter to spring, the temperature fluctuations between morning and evening have kept me from stashing away my bulky winter clothes. Now that spring has truly arrived and the flowers are blooming, it's high time to tackle the closet. However, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed about where and how to start, especially since clothes from different seasons are all mixed together. So, I did some research on closet organization and discovered the concept of a seasonal closet. It's a brilliant idea. A closet that only holds items relevant to the current season. Not only does it make the space look tidier, but it also simplifies decision-making when choosing outfits. A seasonal closet also helps me keep track of what I own and prompts me to regularly edit my wardrobe as the seasons change. Plus, it's financially beneficial because I can easily identify clothes I no longer wear and avoid unnecessary purchases. And I think the first step to creating the perfect seasonal closet is to tackle those thick winter jackets. Looking at them piled up in the middle of my room, it seems like it's going to be a long night. And I'm determined to finish organizing my closet today. Starting tomorrow, I'll no longer scramble to find an outfit for the day, and I'll have the opportunity to explore various clothing options from my closet. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a real fashionista. Diary, are you excited to see my new outfits?
You are now listening to For Your Busan with David Kim. Stay tuned every day from 4:05 to 6 p.m. for more.
It is time for Relationship Matters with none other than Casey in the studio. How are you doing?
Good, David. How are you?
I'm
honest.
I'm there.
Be honest. You can be honest.
So I've been sneezing, my nose been clogged, and I've been coughing a lot the past half an hour or so. When this happens, it's usually a sign that spring is really here.
Yeah, so I guess you're allergic to pollen, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like flowers and flowers don't like me.
Oh.
I know. I like looking at them, but when I get close to them, my body's like, oh, no flowers, David, no.
Oh, bummer. So, from far, far away, you could admire them.
Yeah, I love looking at cherry blossoms. They're so beautiful, right? They're
Just
so
stay away.
amazing. Pink colors. You don't normally see pink outside.
It reminds me of when I first came to Korea. It reminds me of a Mario related game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the pink flowers everywhere. I was like, this looks like out of a game that I played when I was very
young.
young.
It doesn't look real, right?
Yeah.
But my body's like, no, David, don't go near there. I'm going to make you sneeze, David.
So only through windows. View them only through windows.
Only through windows and smartphone cameras, I suppose.
There you go. I'll take some pictures for you. I'll bring it.
Relationship matters. This is for me, really. My relationship with flowers.
Yeah, it's a tough relationship, it sounds like.
Yeah, it is.
I wish I could help you with that.
But that's just me. And I love spring. I love the temperature. I like the mercury going up a little bit.
Yes, for sure. I've been waiting. And it's I heard later this week it's going to get cold again. I don't know if it's tomorrow, a couple days later, or something like that.
So I'm wondering if the trees will understand.
No. I don't understand. If I don't, are trees smarter than us?
Or not?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're here for real relationship matters, not with me and flowers, but...
Actually, kind of. This week's topic kind of came up because of plants.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll jump ahead a little bit, but yeah, my wife bought me a plant, and I started thinking about this topic. Oh. That's how this whole thing came about.
Okay, what's the topic though?
Okay, all right. It'll take some explanation to get back to that. But so my wife bought me a plant, and I started thinking about our relationship, which is a weird thing to say. So I wanted to kind of like do a little bit of research about us. And I was a little bit confused when I saw this. So let's see if you understand my confusion. So I was looking for about opposites and attracting and that whole thing, you know, whether opposites attract or don't attract.
Oh.
So, I use my friend, the search engine that everybody knows. And so I found, from The Guardian, which is a pretty well-known UK publication. Monday, September 4th, 2023. Opposites don't attract. Couples more likely to be similar than different, study shows.
Ooh.
The next result from The Independent, which is also a British publication, which was released Friday, September 8th, 2023. 4 days later, says research confirms that opposites do attract, as 1 in 5 couples admit they have nothing in common. What?
Yeah, so they're like going against each other, like, oh, I'm right. No, I'm right.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, all right, so maybe science has no particular answer. Maybe it's just kind of up to us to decide.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I think, just based on my own experience, I guess opposites attract. Because me and my wife, we're very opposite.
Oh, so this is really 케바케, like case by case, right?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you have one that you believe in more?
I think opposites matter in certain aspects, but similarities also matter a lot. Especially, I think, when you're getting married to someone, you're going to be living with that person, right?
Yep.
You're going to be sharing the house together.
Right.
Hopefully in the same bedroom as well. And so sleeping habits, maybe morning habits as well.
Right.
You're going to be eating together. So your diet will also matter as well.
Good point.
So if you have similar tastes, I think it'll work out really well in terms of diet. Because I know, like me, I eat often. And if my future partner is willing to eat often with me, or, mind doing something else while I'm eating, that could work out. But
How often do you eat?
Like every 2 to 3 hours.
For real? So like you don't do like a big set 3 meal. You don't do like breakfast, lunch, dinner, big meals. You kind of break it up throughout the day.
I mean, I do eat the 3 big meals, but in between I have smaller meals. Like I'll have a snack or something. Like maybe
That's how you keep that height up. That's how you're so tall.
Exactly. Otherwise, I'll be shrinking.
Yeah, right. You got to keep that up.
Exactly.
That would be probably hard for somebody to get used to or adjust to, or they would just have to kind of let you do your own thing and then just agree to meet at the other 3 times.
Yeah, because like I know some of my friends who are married and stuff, and they talk about like even the smallest things that matter. For example, my friend might be a guy who would typically make their bed as soon as he wakes up. But maybe the wife of his don't do it until they basically leave the house, just before leaving the house.
Right.
So those small, tiny little differences might get into fights.
Right.
Because, small things matter, I guess, when you're married, right?
That's basically what both of these studies said. Right. So even though the headlines are completely different, both of these studies, and the studies were very different, by the way. The one the Guardian's referring to is like, the research goes back to 1903, comparing like how men and women interact. And then the other one from The Independent is like, just this last year, I guess. They did like surveyed 2,000 people. So they're very different kinds of studies. But there were things that they said people typically want to be similar in relationships. And just like you mentioned, kind of habits, daily habits, what they eat seems to be important. What kind of holidays they prefer to go on.
Oh.
I think about that because, family holidays is often you might be at the very least 3 days together up to 1 week, 2 weeks together.
Yeah.
If you have very different traveling styles.
Ooh, that too.
I
It's
know.
like, honey, let's not go to your in-laws this time.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
We
that.
have to.
Right.
I told them that we're coming.
Right.
Oh, no, honey, I'm feeling tired.
Let's go to a country as far away from them as possible.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah. But that's exactly what you mentioned. So The Guardian, the one they talked about, the other thing that they said largely matches across, relationships that were in this study, political and religious views. Imagine having different ones of those. But
Yeah.
I know people who My family. I've got family members who are very different that way. And, they're married. Levels of education typically tend to be similar. And I was curious about this one. Some measures of IQ. Oh. Do you think it's important, like if you're in a relationship, do you want to be about the same quote unquote intelligence level?
I feel like, I guess IQ might matter, but if one person is more, they have a higher EQ, like higher level of understanding.
Yeah.
They could go with whatever, right? They wouldn't be so picky about IQ.
If neither one have that, then they're like, you're dumb. No, you're dumb.
Dumb and Dumber.
Right, Dumb and Dumber. Oh, man, maybe Dumb and Dumber is a good match, actually.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But it's weird. So both of these studies, although very different, they did find some commonalities that relationships tend to have, that people tend to look for.
Sure.
This made sense, too. Like heavy smokers, heavy drinkers, or people who do neither at all tend to partner up the same, with somebody like them.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that as well, because I have a friend, a married couple friend, and they're both heavy drinkers.
Right.
And so they drink a lot together all the time.
Right.
But imagine if one wasn't.
Fights.
Yes, that would stop drinking.
Right.
Do you want consultation?
Right.
Yeah.
You're taking away my fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there are things like that. Some weird ones I thought this is different though, because Korean culture, it is very common to ask, right off the bat, how old you are, right? So they did say it did seem like most couples likely shared the same birth year, or they said similar birth year. So I guess around the same age.
Sure.
I wonder, I know in Korean culture that's kind of normal to find out, but does that matter? If you're going to get married or if you're going to be in a relationship, do you think that's a big deal in Korean culture? You should be the same age?
I feel like it has to do with the personality more than the age itself.
Right.
Like if the person is willing to understand the generational differences and not go too deep into it. Like, back when I was young, you don't do that kind of thing,
Right. Yeah, don't do that.
You don't scold the other partner for not understanding their values or whatever.
We didn't used to have phones. You don't, right?
Yeah.
You don't know. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as that doesn't happen, I think age don't really matter, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that most people would choose to have. Actually, my wife and I were like a month apart, birth-wise.
Yeah.
So but it was just random. I don't think it was intentional. I wasn't like, hey, what's your birthday? I never really asked that.
If you're a year younger, I can't marry you.
I know, right? It wasn't like that at all. But it just kind of worked out that way, and I was wondering, maybe that's something we kind of sense as humans.
Sure. Okay, so what kind of differences did the articles talk about then?
Yeah, okay, so they did find things that commonly were different between people in relationships. This is interesting for you. Height.
Really?
Yeah.
So should I marry someone a lot shorter than me? Is that the thing?
You know what? They actually did talk about that in the Guardian article. They kind of pointed that out at the end. If people do, if humans, we kind of tend to just be with somebody who's more like us, that could lead to weird things in human development in the future. They said, so for example, coupling along common lines could have future consequences. For example, if taller people pair up with other taller people and shorter people with other shorter people, the coming generations could have more individuals at the extremes of the population's height distribution.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Genetically speaking, it makes total sense. It's just like in the Scandinavian countries, they have Dutch people. They're really tall, right?
Right.
And I guess tall people keep marrying tall people, so they just happen to be super tall people.
Right, and there's a huge difference between the people who are tall and then who are not.
Right.
And if you ever walk around Austria, well, you'll be okay. But I suddenly felt very short in Austria. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I might be considered average there, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
So, I mean, they do say this, if people do continue to kind of pair up with somebody that's too close to them, that could have repercussions. I mentioned the idea, whether you pair up with somebody who's the same intelligence roughly as you. They said some studies suggest that people increasingly pair up along educational backgrounds, and that's raising concerns of a widening socioeconomic divide.
Wow, so deep now.
Right.
It's going really deep now.
So the partner you choose could affect our future in society.
When you are on this date with this person you love, you start thinking about, so what kind of social economic impact would we have?
Yeah, right. No pressure. No pressure.
I don't know. That sounds too deep for me to consider.
Yeah, be a little more selfish than that. But they did, I think what they were trying to point out, though, that is, it is okay if you are with somebody who's not like you. So some other things that they mentioned that typically are different between people in a relationship, medical problems, personality traits, the famous MBTI test.
Yeah.
According to their study, the Guardian one, which ranges over a long period of time, extroverts, for example, were no more likely to partner up with other extroverts than they were introverts. So maybe that MBTI, forget about it.
So opposites attract there.
Opposites apparently attract.
What's your MBTI, by the way?
Oh, man, I get asked this a lot. INFJ or P, I can't remember.
INFJ or P?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what you are?
It's INT something.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
The beginning part I got, but the end, but definitely an introvert.
Right.
And my wife is not an introvert. At all. Yeah,
she
no.
likes going out. She likes checking out things.
I don't know if she likes
socializing.
Good question. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe she's not.
Maybe you guys are a lot more alike than you think.
But that's something they mentioned in the article as well. A lot of couples over time, you might tend to become more like each other.
Yeah. So like opposites attract, and then eventually you become like one another.
You kind of have to start making decisions in a way to like either support each other's differences or maybe kind of change yourself to become more like each other.
Right.
Which sounds scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, with this whole topic in mind, what I thought would work out as couples would be if you have different hobbies.
Yeah.
I think that could work out really well because maybe I don't like reading.
Right.
And my partner loves reading.
Right.
And I'll see that partner reading a different book every day. And it'll eventually pique my interest.
You think you might start wanting to read?
Exactly. And if I am a hiker, let's say, and the partner doesn't like hiking.
Yep, that's my wife, 100%.
And then once in a while, I'll be like, hey, let's go hiking together. Okay, once in a while, it might be okay. And then eventually pick up the hiking as a hobby.
She won't.
Okay. So maybe it doesn't
maybe
work.
Your partner might.
Maybe, okay. Yeah, I think it all depends on the personality.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they did say in one of actually the one from The Independent, they were mostly focusing on the difference in hobbies because people talked about that the most. The biggest difference seemed to be like hobbies are different. And they said, with opposing tastes in many areas of life, 11% of the people they talked to in the survey said they admitted it was difficult to plan things to do with their partner. So you kind of have to accept that, like, sometimes you can't do things together. You just have to let each other do their own thing.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is they did say a lot of people in the same survey said, if you have these different interests, that can lead to more diverse and enriching conversations in a relationship. Because you got
I agree
different,
with that.
Right?
Yeah.
Different things to talk about. Maybe, you not interested in reading so much, but you notice your partner's reading. As a sensitive partner, you could ask about the book.
Yeah, you're like, can you tell me about the book or, not summarize, it sounds
Give
like
me a
homework.
lecture.
But there's more things to talk about. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you have different experiences because you go out during the day and then you come back at night to be in the home. And
Yeah.
you can talk about many, life experiences you've had outside of the home.
Because I don't know about you, but I have seen some family members who were just very clearly married for a long time. And they should have had some time apart. They were just like together all day long, every day. And it was just oh boy. You could tell they just needed a little time away from each other.
Yeah.
It was just quick arguments all the time.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anybody like that in your family, but
So
I
we
certainly do.
gotta value that personal space as well.
Yeah.
It's really important.
So
I think.
maybe perhaps because you are so different from your partner, like, and you do have maybe different interests, it's kind of like naturally you're going to have me time.
Exactly.
Both of you.
The me time is very important in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't. They might think the opposite way, especially when they're in a new relationship or when they're looking for somebody to get into a relationship with. They're like, we need to have everything together. We need to be, same interests. And
That's not
what do we
gonna
have in
work out
common?
with me, no.
Right. I agree. So this study kind of was like a boost that way. I was like, oh, cool. Because I think sometimes it is a little bit hard with me and my wife. We do have very different interests. I love anything related to music and like playing music and going to concerts. I don't know. Do you know who Patti Smith is? She's kind of a famous New York musician. We had the chance to watch a free Patti Smith concert in New York City, right across from Central Park.
Yeah.
Waited in line, did the whole thing. 2 songs in, my wife's like, gotta go.
Oh,
I was like, no, don't do this to me.
It's like, honey, wait at the cafe. I'll be there.
I could have done that. I should have done that. But instead, I felt like, all right, well, let's leave. And I was so bummed.
Yeah.
So,
well,
be aware of these differences.
For sure.
And feel free about it. You know, sometimes you just need me time.
For sure. Wow. Thank you for a lot of great advice. Relationship Matters segment here with Casey. Thank you for coming in today.
My pleasure. And everybody, you know, give your partner a little leeway. You know, maybe you're different. That's okay. It's okay to be different.
Yeah, it's okay to be different. Give them a break from time to time. Get yourself some me time as well.
That's right. That's my message today.
Thank you so much, Casey.
See you next week.
See ya. That was Casey with us for Relationship Matters. And we're going to be wrapping up our first hour with a song. We'll be back at 5. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is Soup by 최유리.
난 저기 숲이 돼볼게. 너는 자그마키만 한 언덕 위를 오르며 날 바라볼래. 나의 작은 마음 한 구석이어도 돼. 길을 더 보일게. 나를 베어도 돼. 날 지나치지 마. 날 보아줘. 나는 널 들을게. 이제 말해도 돼. 날 보며 옆엔 높은 나무가 있길래 하나라도 분명히 하고파. 난 이제 물에 가라앉으려나. 나의 옷이 다 눈물에 젖는데도 바다라고 했던가. 그럼 내 눈물 모두 버릴 수 있나. 길을 더 보일게. 나를 베어도 돼. 날 밀어내지 마. 나를 내게 둬. 나는 내가 보여. 난 항상 나를 봐. 내가 느리래. 숲이 아닌 바다이던가. 옆엔 높은 나무가 있길래.
Personal Mobility Patrol Mode.
I don't need to wear a safety helmet because I'm only riding a short distance.
Wear a safety helmet. When you drive your personal mobility devices, you have to wear a safety helmet.
Hey, I rented an electric kickboard. Let's ride it together.
Okay, you drive in the front, I'll get in the back.
Follow the number of passengers. Only one person can ride an electric kickboard and electric wheel parallel car.
Follow the rules of personal mobility devices and drive safely. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
Hello everyone, I'm James from India. Ever since I was a young boy in India, I have been surrounded by different Korean products, and this instilled a dream in me to explore Korea one day. This chance came for me in 2014 when I began attending Busan National University as a graduate student in computer engineering. I have lived in Korea for over 7 years, and I even run my own business now, a company that is developing a platform based on artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. From my experience, I can say with an absolutely certainty that Busan was the best place for me to start my business, thanks to the specialized blockchain zone. In the past 7 years, Busan has become my second home, and I obviously love it here. Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BFM, 부산영어방송.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
That's it. 포열 부산 아닙니까? There you go.
원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
You're absolutely right.
포열 부산.
Perfect. 포열 부산. Yes.
할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan with me, David Kim.
안녕하세요, 티나입니다. 여러분은 결혼, 예물, 아이들 돌, 가족 행사하면 무엇이 떠오르시나요? 저는 금은빵, 귀금속 가게가 제일 먼저 떠오르는데요. 지금 블링블링한 목걸이, 반지로 눈호강을 하고 있습니다. 여기 계신 귀금속 가게 사장님과 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 범일동에서 금은빵을 하고 있는 하연정이라고 합니다.
반갑습니다.
네, 안녕하세요.
지금 현재 금은빵은 얼마나 운영하셨나요?
저희 아버지가 제가 초등학교 때부터 금빵을 하셨고,
네네.
이제 조병 앞에서 이렇게 나오시고 나서부터는 제가 다시 이제 아버지 일을 돕기로 해가지고 1995년도부터 했으니까요. 아마 횟수로 28년째 좀 오래 했죠.
정말요. 28년이나 정말 오랜 시간 운영하셨네요.
네네.
저는 또 궁금한 게 부방 앞 귀금속 가게는 예물을 많이 하는 곳으로 유명하잖아요.
네네.
이곳에 가장 많이 오시는 손님들은 어떤 분이시고 가장 바쁠 때는 언제인가요?
보통 귀금속을 하면
네네.
아마 첫째로 금전적으로 여유가 있으신 분들이 많이 오신다고 생각을 하시는데
네.
그래서 연령대를 조금 높게 생각하시는 분도 있는데 요즘엔 또 한 30, 40대 분들도 많이 하시거든요.
네네.
그래서 요즘에는 예물 손님보다는 옛날에 하셨던 제품들을 다시 리모델링이라고 해야 되는 거죠. 이렇게 바꿔서 물건을 하시는 분들이 워낙 많으셔서
네.
또 금값이 또 많이 오르다 보니까
네.
더 오르기 전에 이런 것 때문에 지금 요즘 좀 많이 좀 바쁘게 생활하고 있죠. 요즘에는 그런 예물에 대한 인식도 많이 낮아져서
네.
그냥 그런 건 없이 그냥
네.
꾸준하게 바쁜 것 같습니다. 특별하게 딱 매달 달이라기보다
네.
한때는 예물을 착용 유무에 따라서
네.
그냥 누가 이렇게 받으니까 또 누가 이렇게 하니까 이렇게 하더라 이렇게 많이 하셨는데요. 요즘에는 평상시에 잘 할 수 있는 디자인 목적으로 하는 것도 많이 하시고 또 요즘에도 젊은 사람들이 워낙 똑똑하셔가지고
네.
투자 목적도 좀 생각을 하시죠.
네. 그러면 투자도 생각하시고 실용적인 면도 생각하시고.
네.
그러시구나. 그러니까 그렇게 트렌드가 점점 바뀌는 추세네요.
네, 맞습니다.
그러면 연령별로 선호하는 귀금속이 또 따로 있을까요?
또 나이가 또 젊은 친구들은 심플한 거를 많이 찾으셔서 그냥 자기 또 우정 링이라든지 같이 이런 걸 많이 하시는 비에 또 30, 40대들은 화려하고 또 특이한 디자인보다는 중량감 아니면 좀 고급스러워 보이는 거 또 자기 스타일에 맞춰서 그렇게 또 많이 찾지. 또 요즘은 또 TV에 워낙 연예인들이 많이 예쁜 걸 끼고 나오고 하니까 이제 거기에 대해서 조금 포인트를 해서도 많이 하시는 거고요. 그다음에 또 60대, 70대들은 조금 더 나이가 있으시니까 18금보다는 순금으로 조금 화려한 제품을 또 좀 있어 보이는 내가 이 정도 했다 약간
네네.
그런 것도 많이 찾으시니까
네네.
아마 뭐 연령대에 따라서는 완전 스타일 다르지죠.
그럼 아무래도 조금 연령대가 있으신 분들이 더 화려한 귀금속을 선호하시네요.
그렇죠.
이전에는 백금이라든지 화이트 골드 또는 로즈 골드 이렇게 색깔 있는 제품이 유행했었잖아요.
네네네.
요즘은 어떤가요?
요즘도 마찬가지로 색깔 있는 걸 유행도 계속 그는 꾸준하게 하고 있는데요.
네.
이제 골드보다는 이제 핑크 골드가 주도 많이 하시는 거고요.
네.
또 백금은 옛날에는 백금 많이 뭐 99.9%로 해서 플래티늄이라고
네.
진짜 순금처럼 그런 백금이 나오기도 했는데
네.
요즘에 18금 화이트 골드가 나오고 나서부터는 이제 플래티늄에 대한 이제 인지도가 많이 떨어져서 공장도 없어지고 만드는 사람도 없어지고 그래서 플래티늄보다는 화이트 골드, 핑크 골드 또 그냥 옐로우 골드 이렇게 또 많이 하시죠.
그렇군요.
네네.
근데 요즘에는 골드바를 판매하는 자판기도 있고 온라인으로 또 귀금속을 주문하시는 분들도 많으시잖아요.
네네네.
그 매출이나 판매에 있어서 또는 판매 방식에 있어서 변화는 없으신가요? 네네.
아직까지 손님들은 금 구매에 있어서는 직접 오셔서 그
네네.
중량을 확인을 하고 싶고 내가 이거를 잘 샀는지
네네.
직접 눈으로 먼저 보고 확인하고 싶은 분들이 좀 훨씬 더 많다고 보여져가지고요.
네네.
그런 매출 뭐 온라인 주문이나 이런 것 대해서는 그렇게 많이 변화는 없습니다.
그러면 귀금속을 살 때 주의해야
네.
될 점은 무엇인가요?
그래서 가장 뭐 기금속 살 때 주의해야 할 점은 당연히 내가 사고자 하는 거의 중량
네.
저희가 돈수라고 하죠.
네.
그게 정확한지.
네.
그리고 요즘에는 팁에서도 많이 나왔지만 18금은 75%, 순금은
네.
99%거든요.
네.
근데 그게 대한 또 함량이 또 정확한지. 어차피 뭐 만드는 공인비나 가공에 대해서는 뭐 가게들마다 받는 게 다르긴 한데요.
네.
그 두 가지는 정확하게 또 확인을 하고 구매를 하셔야 되지 않을까 싶네요.
정말 중요한 사항이네요. 그러면 저희가 물건을 살 때 그런 부분은 어떻게 확인해야 되는 건가요?
제품을 살 때는 어느 금방을 가시든지 간에
네.
저울량은 무조건 있습니다. 금 돈수를
네.
재는 그거를 한번 확인하시는 게 좋고
예.
그리고 대뜸 물건만 딱 받고 뭐 다른 선물 같은 걸 받고 하는 것보다
네.
보증서라는 걸 꼭 확인을 하시고요.
네네.
이게 정말 몇 돈이었는지 그리고 내가 주문했을 때의 중량과 물건 나왔을 때의 중량이 또 다를 수가 있거든요.
네.
그런 것도 한번 꼭 확인을 해주시고요.
정말 꼭 필요한 정보네요.
네.
정말 너무 유익한 정보 감사합니다. 마지막으로 우리 사장님께서 가족분이나 청취자분들께 하시고 싶은 말씀이 있으시다면요.
가족에게는 솔직히
네네.
제가 장사가 자영업이다 하다 보니까
네네.
뭐 주말이나 휴일에 많은 시간을 같이 보낼 수가 없어요. 쉬는 날이
네네.
별로 없어서.
네네.
그래서 그것 때문에 미안하기도 하고요.
네네.
저 청취자분들은 금값이 비싸니까 많이
네.
오시라는 말씀은 못 드리지만 하나라도 필요하시면 조방 앞 기금속 상가를 찾아주시면
네.
그래도 조방 앞 사람들은 더 정직하게 물건을 팔고 다 하시니까
네.
꼭 필요하시면 조방 앞으로 꼭 오시라고 말씀드리고 싶네요. 순금의 길을 받아 2024년도에는 모두 행복하시고 부자 되세요.
화이팅! 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you, Tina, for the wonderful interview. And we just had Ha Hyun-jung, the owner of a jewelry store in Bamildong, has been doing the business for 28 years after taking it over from her father. And great tips on, the buying of the jewelry stuff. If you ever want to go buy some gold or silver, very important thing to check is the weight, the purity, and make sure that the certificate of authenticity is provided. And when you're so busy working, oftentimes you forget to spend time with your loved ones that are near and dearest to you. So if you are, always grinding and hustling, make sure you set aside some time to be with your loved ones too. I mean, hustling is good, but what are you going to do with all that money if you can't spend it with the people you love, right? So always good to check once in a while to check up on your loved ones. Call them and say, hi, we love you, or arrange a time so you can meet with them and make some great memories together. Welcome to For Your Busan. We're in the second half. I'm your host, David Kim. Now, before this segment, we had Casey come in for Relationship Matters, and we had Kim join him texting on YouTube Live. Welcome to the show, by the way, saying, in Korea, couples who are 4 years older and younger are said to be a match made in heaven. Jang PD, is this true? Couples that are 4 years apart in Korea are called AKA a match made in heaven.
Right.
Really? Oh. Is it true because maybe you and your wife are 4 years apart?
No.
Oh, you're not? Okay. We had Kim Joy 님. Oh, wait. It was Jenny 님, my bad. Jenny 님 said, 남편이랑 저랑 4살 차이인데, 딱히라고 하셨어요. It was a 반전. Yeah. I thought you guys were bragging. I thought you were bragging that, you and your husband are 4 years apart. It was a match made in heaven, but saying, I'm not sure. But you guys are happily married right now, so that's good, right? There's positive in that. Yeah, let us know, though. Today's text topic is about what kind of activities, what kind of games you enjoyed at the playground when you were young. 어렸을 때 놀이터에서 어떻게 뭐 하고 노셨는지 오늘의 문자 주제입니다. Let us know. Text us pound 9050 샵 9050 a KakaoTalk message. If you do send us a message via text, that's 101. And just keep that in mind. A BFM app message is okay, or YouTube Live. We had 이선희님 saying 고무줄 놀이, 공기놀이, 말타기 등등. 너무 옛날 사람인 거 다 들키네요. I actually can't tell because I think I might have played like a little bit of 공기놀이. I don't know about 말타기. I don't know what that is. 장 PD, what's 말타기? How do you do 말타기 in a... isn't there another word for it? Yeah. 말뚝박기. Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. I think I played that with my friends, not at the playground, but like whenever there was a wall. Right? Whenever you're at the wall, the first person has to, make that weird position at the wall, and then the other people have to jump on top of the other guy. Which, look, I mean, if you do it now when you're as an adult, I think it could really hurt someone. But as a kid, because everyone's so light, it's doable. But as an adult, if I would do that with my friends, I think one of us would end up in a hospital because we're all so big and heavy. So yeah, good old days. 이선희님, thank you for texting that in. We also had Soon Grace님 saying, 안녕하세요. 제가 초딩 때는 스카이콩콩 타면서 놀고 동네 친구들이랑 고무줄 뛰기, 고무치기 등을 했네요. 그때 정말 재밌었는데 동네에 있는 아이들이 나이 상관없이 모두의 친구들이었죠. That's right. When you're at the playground, you honestly don't really care their gender. You don't care how old they are. You're just all friends because you're in this realm of funness. Is that even a word, funness? But you're all in this realm of joyful area and you just all play together. You don't even know their name until maybe the next time you meet them. And then you befriend them and be like, oh, you live in this dong or you live in that ho, the ho of the apartment unit. I mean, 몇 동 몇 ho. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, and then you befriend them and you exchange contacts, what have you. But yeah, thank you, Grace Nim. We've also had. Oh wait, one second. We had a text from Jaka. Oh, it's a Sky Kong Kong. Is that I don't even know how to describe that. It's like a. What is this? Like a drill? Like a drill you jump on with like a spring on the bottom?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Huh. That looks really cool. That looks fun, actually. I guess if you can modify the spring so that you could make the spring harder, you could jump higher maybe because you have a lot more force that's bringing you upwards. That'll be really cool. I wonder, I haven't seen any kids doing this Sky Kong Kong these days. Do Jang PD, do kids do Sky Kong Kong these days?
Yes.
Oh, you know some kids who do that still? Jenny님 saying Sky Kong Kong 재밌는데. Oh, there are videos now. Wow, those look really advanced. They look like they're made with like different materials compared to the ones that 작가님 sent. It didn't look as fancy as that. Oh wow, people are doing tricks on it. That looks really cool. That doesn't look like a kid's toy. Wow, that's awesome. And yeah, lots of interesting, fun games that people play. Jenny Nim saying also when she was young, she used to play hide and seek a lot. Yeah, hide and seek it's still a great activity to do even as an adult, I think. With kids, as long as you do it with kids, because you have to act like you don't know where they are. That's the fun part. Yeah, keep those messages coming in. We're gonna take a quick song break and we'll be right back. The song is 할 건지 말 건지 by 장기하.
할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 잘 몰라. 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 잘 몰라. 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 잘 몰라. 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 나라고 뭘 알아. 아무렇게나 널브러진 옷가지 속에서 숙취에 쩔어서 눈을 뜰 때마다 멍하니 아무것도 떠오르지가 않아. 벌써 40년이나 살았는데 도대체 앞으로는 어떻게 살아야 되는 건지 뭐라도 하려면 하긴 하겠지만 할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 잘 몰라. 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 너도 몰라? 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 할 건지 말 건지 나도 몰라. 잘 몰라. 맞는지 틀린지 물어보지 마. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 나도 제발 좀 물어보고 싶어. 해!
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Hosted by David Kim, airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Zooby-dooby bum-para, zooby-dooby-ba-dum-bum. Zooby-dooby 낮에 큐파가 stupid man.
Zooby-dooby bum-para, zooby-dooby ba-dum-bum. Zooby-dooby 낮에 큐파가 stupid man.
Welcome back. It is time for Busan Quiz Master. And every single day we have a different theme for quizzes. And today it's all about guessing maybe a city. 네, 오늘은 부산과 관련한 도시에 관한 문제입니다. 저희가 들려드리는 힌트를 잘 듣고 어떤 도시인지 도시의 이름을 맞춰주시면 됩니다. So there are so many cities around the world. Over 4 million of them. And Busan has connections to many of them. And you guys have to guess what city this is. This is today's quiz. I'll give you some audio hints. All right, we're going to listen to the national anthem of the country to which this city belongs to. 이 도시가 속한 이 나라의 애국가를 첫 힌트로 들어보겠습니다. So what's the country, you guys think? Guessing the country right isn't the answer. You have to guess the country. You have to know the country first to guess the city that's in this country. I'll tell you the country. The country is China. So you have to guess what city, this is the quiz is all about. We're going to listen to a travel guide talking about this place. But we bleeped out the city name as they talk about this city. So let's go ahead and listen to the audio clip.
A popular city in China with a lot to offer visitors. Today we share the things to know before you go to Firstly, let's look at the best time to visit. Can be visited all year round, but the best times to visit are from March to May and September to October. These spring and autumn months offer comfortable weather and are less crowded. Just make sure to avoid Golden Week in October. This is one of the busiest times for travel in China. August offers hot, sticky weather and many attractions will be busy, whilst the winter is quieter but temperatures do dip. We recommend visiting in the winter if you are on a tight budget because hotel prices are lower, but make sure to bring layers to keep warm. So now let's look at getting there. Many choose to fly into directly, especially if you are using the city as a stopover on your way to another destination in Asia. There are direct flights between and a few cities in Europe, including London, whilst plenty of stopover flights connect to North America. China also has an extensive train network, connecting to many cities and towns in the country via speed train.
I think Jang PD was being very liberal with the bleep. bleep 처리를 제대로 안 하셨네요, PD님. 네? You could hear pretty much the whole city's name. It was like shh. So you guys have to find what city name starts with the shh in China. Okay, that's the biggest clue I can give you for today's quiz. We just listened to a travel guide talking about this city in China. This city signed a sister city agreement with Busan in 1993. Already people are sending in the answers already. Beijing is not the answer, but good try, Grace Lim. But it starts with sh sound. The city is one of the world's major centers for finance, business, economics, research, science and technology, manufacturing, transportation, tourism, and culture. And the port of this city is the world's busiest container port. And it's the third biggest city in the world. And the metro in this city is the longest in the world. Crystal Shimnim got it right. 최정인님, Semi Choinim, and Minsunim getting it right as well. And Janice-nim with the answer as well. Well, yes. 8613번님. See, you got the hint right. Good job. I heard a she sound at the beginning of every time there was a bleep, sound effect. 8274번님 also getting it right. I'm going to give you some more time. I'm going to give you a little more time. We'll take a quick song break and we'll be right back. This is Mellow Yellow by Be The Voice.
shut my eyes, there's a illusion I've seen. Love like a nest. I can look everywhere, but it's too I can find. I can go anywhere without you on my mind. And if I could just hold you again one time. You are here, now you're going, it happens so fast. With the passage of time, it ain't no nothing last. Still, I wish I could see you right now, just smile. Now I see the blue over perfect sky, so bright upon my face, makes me step outside, looking out into all the city lights. Swear I saw your shadow pass before my eyes. I remember that time. When I look back, these illusions of mine. Love that could last. I can look everywhere, but it's you I can find. I can go anywhere without you on my mind. And if I could just hold you again one time. So fine, fan your hair with my fingers that look in your eyes. I just wish I could see you right now, just smile. I can look everywhere, but it's you I can find. I can go anywhere without you on my mind. And if I could just hold you again one time. You are here, now you're going, it happens so fast. With the passage of time, it ain't no nothing last. Still, I wish I could see you right now, just smile.
We just listened to Mellow Yellow by Be The Voice. We got more people texting in. Good try with the guesses, Moya-nim. Now, once again, the question was, guess this city. And it's a city in China. It signed a sister city agreement with Busan in 1993. And it's the world's busiest container port. The port of this city is. And metro in this city is the longest in the world. Good try with the guesses, Jongkook-nim, Mike-nim, Cindy-nim, and Yeri-nim. But try again. We're going to give you another audio hint. Okay, we got another audio. The city's dialect is spoken by almost 14 million people. We're going to listen to a song that was sung with this city's dialect.
모두
下一个地方，过那个王国太荒凉，无知的答案遗忘。风来给呼啸呀，龙之风也扬，再有提手的。
Yeah, so if you are, maybe if you speak Chinese, you might understand and catch the dialect that's being spoken in this or sung in this song. But if you have no idea, then you might have no idea. This city was one of the first Chinese ports to be open to Western trade, and it long dominated the nation's commerce. We've got Sun-nim guessing it right, Is-honey-nim, Che-jung-in-nim all getting it right. Yes, but I'm still waiting for, I think it was Cindy-nim, Mike-nim, and Jungkook-nim. They send it again. Maybe you can get it right this time. We'll take a quick song break and we'll be right back as we get more messages in for the guesses of today's quiz. This is Last Train to London by Electric Light Orchestra.
It was 9:29 backstage, big city. The sun was going down, there was music all around, it felt so right. It was one of those nights when you feel the world stop turning. You were standing there, there was music in the air. It should have been away, but I knew I'd have to stay. Last train to London, just heading out. Last train to London, just leaving town. But I really want tonight to last forever. I really want to be with you. Let the music play on down the line tonight. It was one of those nights when you feel the fire is burning. Everybody was there, everybody to share. It was so right. There you were on your own, looking like you were the only one around. I had to be with you, nothing else that I could do. I should have been away, but I knew I'd have to stay. Last train to London, just heading out. Last train to London, just leaving town. But I really want tonight to last forever. I really want to be with you. Let the music play on down the line tonight. Underneath the starry sky, time was still, but eyes must really have rushed by. I didn't realize, but love was in your eyes. I really should have gone, but love won't allow. Last train to London, just heading out. Last train to London, just leaving town. But I really want tonight to last forever. I really want to be with you. Let the music play on down the line tonight. But I really want tonight to last forever. I really want to be with you. Let the music play on down the
welcome back. It is time to reveal today's Quizmaster's answer. Shanghai is the answer. It's on China's central coast. It's the country's biggest city and a global financial hub. And the city is one of the world's largest and most populated. And it is home to some incredible feats of engineering, including the tallest twisted tower in the world and the largest indoor ski resort in the world as well. And I think I saw in one of our YouTube comments, City of Twist. Right, 인류의 충전소님 got that right without revealing the answer as well. Very clever of you to do that. 펭수 아빠님 getting it right as well. And 제리님 saying 중국 도시 하나씩 다 얘기해볼 참이었는데 thanks 장PD님 with the audio clip of the tour guide who said this city, right? That SH sound was the biggest giveaway to today's quiz hint. So Shanghainese is the Shanghai dialect. It's the third most spoken Chinese language or dialect after Mandarin and Cantonese. And Shanghainese is spoken by almost 14 million people and is primarily spoken in the Yangtze River Delta region in China. So yes, 한민지, 두민지님 getting it right as well. Parker Jason-님 and Grace-님 as well. So I think pretty much everyone in the end got the answer right for today's quiz master with regards to China's biggest city, Shanghai. And today's winner is going to be 8613번님 축하드립니다. You win a 커피 2잔 coupon. But the show's not over. No, it's not. We have our next segment. It's all about sports. But before we get into that, we still have today's text topic ongoing. 여러분이 어릴 적 놀이터에서 가장 많이 하던 놀이는 무엇인가요? Text us and let us know, what was your favorite game? What did you like to play at the playground when you were young? Text us and let us know. I think we had 펭수 아빠님 saying, 저는 어릴 때 땅 따먹기 같은 거 했던 것 같아요. 땅 따먹기. It's like, I think, how do you describe that? It's like you play with cards? You play with marbles, maybe? Is that what it is? You play with marbles and you flick a marble and you have to flick the other marbles away and then you kind of win this particular region or area, and you try to have the biggest area to win. Is that what it is? Correct me if I'm wrong. But great games. And 최정희님 just texted in saying 고무줄놀이 했다고 하셨습니다. And 줄넘기, 공기놀이, classic games, classic Korean games to play at the playground. Keep those messages coming in. We have Steve in the studio, and we'll go right into our next segment, My Hometown Olympics.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
It is time for My Hometown Olympics with none other than Steve in the house.
Hello, y'all. Steve in the house.
How you doing?
Oh, very good.
We've had a message already from our listeners saying, 서티브 문자 요정 by 펭수 아빠님. That's for another show, right? And then 제니님 also saying, Steve, 오늘도 근육 운동 많이 하셨나 봐요. 자켓이 작아 보여요.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know whose 문자 요정 is.
Yeah.
누군지 모르겠어요.
그죠? It's not relevant to this show, so we'll just skip it.
I don't know who that is. And we were talking about bench press before starting my hometown Olympic without beating them.
Your body's like all pumped up.
Yeah, I did some of the chest press. It's kind of pumped up. You feel me?
자켓 입고 did you do bench press with the jacket on?
To be honest, I did a bit.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Because it's about to rip.
It's about to rip, huh?
Yeah.
If I don't wear my jacket, like, you know, and bench press, like after bench press, and if I wear this jacket, they're going to be ripped.
Oh.
같이 늘어나줘야 돼요.
Oh. So it's got some span in it, right?
Yeah, a bit.
I was wondering, though, maybe you ordered 2 different sizes.
Oh.
So
like
a
before
large,
workout?
Yeah, large size and a medium size. So on a day you don't work out, you wear a smaller size so that you look more jacked.
I really got to try that. For real. Anyways, so yeah, hello, welcome to my hometown Olympics. This corner is all about visiting sports clubs, associations in Busan, introducing their sports and clubs, and capturing the passion of Busan residents for these sports.
Yes.
Yeah, so before we dive into introducing today's club and sport, let's first listen to a clip and try to guess what it is.
I hear a lot of people running around and shouting and yelling, but like, 놓치지 마! 놓치지 말래!
Yeah. Can I'm sorry.
I hear a lot of
yeah.
I hear like a thumping sound. We've had 최정희님 saying 농구.
Oh, 농구.
We had 세미 초이님 saying 배구.
배구.
A lot of goos in there.
Yeah, a lot of goos inside there.
There's 16 gu and gun in Busan. Did you know?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
We're
that.
in Haeundae-gu right now.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We're talking about sports.
Yeah, we're talking about sports, and gu means like ball, right?
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
In Hanja.
So we have 16 balls in Busan. Okay, I'll stop. No more.
Yeah, so let's get back to sports, all right?
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah, it's related to balls.
Yeah. it's a ball sport.
Yeah, ball sports. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
So today's sport is volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah, it's Baegu.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need some introduction about volleyball, right? So volleyball is a team sport played on a rectangular court with a net. The goal is to score points by grounding the ball on the opponent's court within the boundaries. It's that easy.
Yeah, well, you make it sound easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
Have you ever played volleyball?
I did when I was in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
But since middle school, my height wasn't that tall, so like, I'm not gonna do it.
I think even if you're not that tall, you can play well as long as you know how to be a good receiver.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a good receiver, it doesn't matter about height because you don't have to block, you don't have to smash. You just have to make sure that you receive the ball.
But like they were all over like 187.
All the other players?
Yeah. I was so sad at the time.
I played volleyball when I was in middle school. At the time, I wasn't super tall, but I wasn't short either.
So like 180 something?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, man. That's tall. That is tall. Anyways.
Yeah,
so
we're not here to talk about height.
Yeah, let's talk about that later. And let's talk about history now. So invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan as a less strenuous alternative to basketball. Originally called, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Mintonnet.
It's Mintonnet?
Yeah.
It's French?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like
Mintonnet.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So it evolved into volleyball due to its volleying action. It became an Olympic sport in 1964.
Yeah, you know what's really funny and ironic? This great person named Morgan invented the sport alternative to basketball because it was a less strenuous alternative. But in fact, volleyball itself is quite strenuous if you are really good at it.
Oh, yeah, actually it is. Yeah.
To jump that high, you gotta have proper muscles. In the
David,
legs
he
and
has
the
a
core.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to receive that powerful of a strike, you gotta be able to really,
I mean, we've experienced it before, so yeah.
Yeah,
we know.
It's a fierce competition if you watch great players at it.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, please go on.
Yeah, so that was history of volleyball. Let's move on to basic rules, just 3 of it. So like this sport teams consist of 6 players each. And second, the court is divided into 2 halves by a net with points scored when the ball hits the opponent's court. And lastly, matches are played in sets with the first team to 25 points, like leading by at least 2 points, winning the set.
All right, so those are the basic rules. This segment is all about you going to meet with special people there, talking to them and doing interviews. So what's our first clip?
So this clip is I've had an interview with the club leader. Let's take a listen.
배구는 이제 지인의 소개로 해서 원래 이 클럽이 한 부부들이 오는 클럽이었습니다. 그래서 부부들이 같이 이제 낯선 운동이지만 같이 즐길 수 있는 운동이라 해서 2013년도에 올라와서 처음 시작하게 되었고 어쨌든 좋은 경험을 해준 클럽이라 생각합니다.
Could you please introduce our club?
예, 부산 진구 배구 클럽은 2004년에 창단해서 올해 이제 20주년 행사를 준비하고 있고 현재 약 한 50여 명의 회원들이 남녀가 같이 어울려서 웃고 떠들고 그다음에 즐거운 땀을 흘리면서 하고 있는 클럽인데 가장 큰 우리 배구클럽의 장점이라면 부산에서 이제 연령이 거의 20대 초반부터 50대 중반까지 남녀가 같이 어울려서 할 수 있는 그런 아주 좋은 클럽이라고 생각합니다.
방금 이제 경기하는 걸 봤는데 정말 연령을 불문하고 남녀를 불문하고 정말 화합이 잘 됐던 그런 모습이 정말 잘 보였던 것 같습니다.
Nice. So a great community that you got to visit and check out because there are a lot of the players that are there. They range from the 20s to their 50s.
Oh yeah.
And they're all, mixed gender. It's a mixed gender match. So girls and boys can play together in one team.
Yeah. So as you just heard, today's volleyball club is called 부산 진구 배구 club. Busan Jingu Volleyball Club입니다. So the interview with the club operator took place right after a hard-fought game. So before conducting the interview, I watched the club operator play, and they approached the game with more passion than anyone else. With the operator displaying such passionate dedication, the other members naturally followed suit with their own enthusiasm. Like, that's a great culture, you know? Yeah, and as you said, female, male, they're all mixed together and having a great game. That was really interesting.
Yeah. I heard you got a clip of an interview of one of the members playing there.
Exactly. 맞습니다. 다음은 부산 진구 배구 클럽의 첫 번째 멤버 분과의 인터뷰 내용인데요. 같이 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
고등학생 때 친구의 권유로 배구부를 하게 되었고 군대에서 이제 병장 때 이제 인스타를 구경하다가 집 근처 부산 진구 클럽을 찾게 되어서 여기서 다시 배구를 하게 되었고 운동 경력은 2년 정도 된 것 같습니다.
상당히 그래도 오래 되었네요.
네.
Do you have any advice for those who want to start playing volleyball for the first time?
모든 스포츠가 단기간에 실력이 느는 게 아니듯 배구도 기초부터 끈기를 가지고 해야 한다고 생각하고 있습니다.
Could you please say a few words about our volleyball club that you're proud of?
일단 부산 진구 배구 클럽 같은 경우에는 SNS를 사용하여서 젊은 연령층에 유입이 쉽고 남녀노소 상관없이 다 같이 편안한 분위기로 배구에 임하고 있는 게 제일 큰 장점인 것 같습니다.
What do you think makes volleyball appealing?
배구는 단체 운동 중에서 개인의 능력보다는 모두가 잘해야 하는 스포츠이기 때문에 팀 구성원들 간의 협력심을 잘 느낄 수 있는 스포츠인 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I have to agree with him. When I played volleyball, I played in a school team. And I wasn't a leader, but you need someone to be a leader. And that leader can change roles. Like every time, whoever's a serve basically was a leader. And so we needed a good teamwork. And it's a good teamwork type of sport. And I think it also requires a lot of patience too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because not everyone's on the same level. So you always got to be encouraging and supportive of the other players on your team. So it's an amazing sport to play as a team. I think I miss playing it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could play it again though.
I mean, like as you said, that's what team sports is all about. You know,
the team spirit.
Yeah, and I prefer team sports over individual ones. The feeling of sweating together, showing consideration, and overcoming tough situations as a group is great. You know. So this person described that aspect so well. And if there's anyone who likes team sports, I would definitely recommend volleyball to them.
Yes, volleyball. It's such a fun sport.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like about volleyball was when you're blocking it and you don't have your fingers all the way out straight.
Oh,
you could you could damage your fingers pretty bad. And
it's same to basketball too, right?
Yeah, but basketball, you don't intentionally smash a ball.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
All right.
Volleyball, you smash the ball really hard, and if you block it the wrong way, it could bend your fingers backward.
So that's why they use the tape, right?
Yeah, tapes are really important.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, that's a bit 아픈 점.
It's one of the downsides that you have to consider.
Yeah. So let's move on. 다음 클립은 다른 클럽 멤버분과의 인터뷰인데요. 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다. How long have you been playing volleyball? And have you experienced any changes or growth during this time?
I've been playing volleyball for about 7 years, starting here at this club. I had no idea how to play when I first started. I have confidence enough to participate in competitions now.
Why did you choose this volleyball club among so many others that are available?
I like people I've met in this club, and I also live near here, so I'm not moving to another one.
Oh, because it's too far?
Yes.
All right. What do you find to be the most challenging aspect of playing volleyball, and how do you overcome it?
My difficulty is to keep up the people who started playing volleyball at a young age. I started playing volleyball in my mid-30s, so to overcome my difficulty, try to come to club every time, and I keep practicing without giving up.
Yeah. All right. Never give up.
For real, for real. Yeah, so in her case, despite starting volleyball late, she never seemed discouraged. So I think that's a great thing.
And proximity, like she said, is close to her home. And it's easy to access.
Yeah.
I heard you have one more clip for us.
That's right. 부산 진구 배구 클럽에 대해서 알아보았잖아요. 분명히 가입해보고 싶다라고 하시는 분 계실 텐데요. 어떻게 가입하는지 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다. What are the posters for joining the club, and what benefits are provided after becoming a member?
요즘 이제 젊은이들이 많이 하는 클럽들과 마찬가지로 저희도 SNS, 특히 카카오 오픈 채팅방과 인스타 부산 진구 배구 클럽을 통해서 일단 기본적인 가입 조건과 이렇게 맞았을 경우에 들어올 수 있게 되는데, 일단은 들어오시기 전에 와서 3회 정도 이제 참관을 해보시고, 그 다음에 입회를 결정하게 되시면 2달간의 수습 기간을 거치고 정식으로 입회하면서 저희 이제 진구 유니폼을 받게 되고 해서 정식 회원으로 활동하면서 뭐 다양한 운동과 그 다음에 어떤 경기 참여, 그리고 1박 2일 야유회라든가 저희 나름대로 어떤 그런 부분들에 할 수 있는 그런 클럽입니다.
You know what I like about this particular segment is because when you come and introduce these sports clubs, I think some of our listeners might start considering, maybe I should start joining these clubs.
Yeah.
And participate in group activities or other activities. So this is a great segment for
it. Is.
Because we've had, Jenny Nim also texting and saying, with a thumbs up. And I think that meant that she's really interested in joining this volleyball club.
That's nice. Jenny Nim 좋습니다.
I don't know if that's just my thoughts, but
I think the same way too.
Free for all, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for introducing today's sport, volleyball, and going over to Busan Jingu Volleyball Club and meeting all these great people.
Yeah, so that was my hometown Olympics, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, next week for a different sports club. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, definitely, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.
That was Steve with us, and we have come to wrap up. We have to wrap things up now as we are running out of time here at the For Your Busan show. It's a great sport, volleyball. It brings me back memories. Maybe I will have to look into some of the local clubs that I could potentially join. But thank you all for tuning in for today. We'll see you tomorrow for our Wednesday show, Wednesday edition of For Your Busan. Until then, we'll listen to Miss You by Rolling Stones as we say goodbye. See you later, alligator.
I've been holding out so long. I've been sleeping all alone. Lord, I miss you. I've been hanging on the phone. I've been sleeping all alone. I won't kiss you.
BEFM 부산영어방송.
The beautiful landscapes, the beach, the delicious food, I love Tojikukbab, are some of the many things that make Busan a great city to live in. But it is the multicultural society and the warmth of its people that make Busan a really dynamic city. Hola amigos, my name is Jonathan Badillo and I am from Mexico. I arrived to Korea 3 years ago with a one-way ticket, and now I study my master's degree at Busan National University. I fell in love with Busan way before even moving here. It all began with a weekend trip for me to realize this was the city where I wanted to live in. I moved here, and I realized it was the right decision. From the moment I arrived to Busan, I felt very welcome, and as if I was a Busan Saram already. Busan Saram, my God! There is so much going on in this dynamic city that it is so easy to get involved in one of the many activities to promote cultural exchange in Busan. I firmly believe that the greatness of a city lies within its people, which is what makes Busan the greatest city to live in. Global City Busan, we are in it together.